Right, I was going to do something last night, but I thought I'd see if there was anything in the post this morning. There wasn't, but I've been through the council file this morning, checking for letters and so on that are not signed. From the beginning of the case, all the stuff I've got. So I found 9. Several were very questionable signatures, but I settled on 9, which were just not signed at all. And obviously, there's no signature. Then that letter is basically worth toilet paper because something needs a signature to make it legally binding. So, a lot of it was dross. Part of an investigation or a letter from one of the parties that's barely had a mention. But there were 2 very interesting ones that were not signed. Both were case files, and both were carried out by Mick Gilbert on behalf of either the PSD or the IPCC. I can't remember which. Neither was signed, and basically the 2 case files were when they arrested my mate with a burger van, after which, when it got to court, it was deemed that the police had absolutely no evidence whatsoever, and the case was thrown out. So a bit of harassment, threatening behaviour there, wasted taxpayers' money, usual script. And the other one was when they tried to arrest me. When, the 3 Stooges, Larry, Curly and Moe came round that night. 2 of them came round, the other one was their sergeant. And one of them at the door was wearing a sergeant's badge. I'm sure this is starting to ring bells, which he later pretended was a webcam. The footage of which I'm not allowed to see unless I put in a subject access request, which of course gets signed off by the Chief Constable, so I never really bothered with that. Anyway, so that was the other one, which is quite funny because really that's the investigation into the alleged misconduct of the officers. So anything that's gone before that is a bit irrelevant. And the fact is that the investigations, which is the final word, were never signed. So those case files remain open as far as I'm concerned. It just highlights another issue of fraudulent behaviour, activity, whatever you want to call it, by our beloved police force. And this was it was just an update, but I think well worth putting in just to let people know that. So remember, if you ever have to deal with these people, check that everything they do is signed, otherwise worthless. And you can then thereafter complain about that, obviously. So that was fun, and I'll see you later on.